Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is time to do the December inventory for my makeup products. Focusing on numbers today compared to where my collection was in July. The very first one I did was last December. So I do love doing these because it kind of helps me see how my collection changes over time and, maybe create some goals for my collection, next year. Overall, if I just like where things are. Already, my collection has kind of fluctuated a little bit since I did these numbers, but this is kind of a snapshot in time of where my collection was in the middle of December. There's some things that I emptied out. It's mostly accurate though. It's not really off by a whole lot, but let's just see where we're at with numbers and dive right in. Let's start with lipstick. So in July, I had 36 lipsticks and now I'm down to 32. So I did get rid of a couple in a recent declutter, and yeah, so that's where I think the bulk of my lipsticks went down. I don't think I really want to have this many going forward, and I do think a lot of them are getting older and I do want to see some progress on those. So I do not want this to go up at all unless I'm like replacing things or I've decluttered things or whatever. Like as long as the number doesn't increase this year, I'm happy with that. Came down by 4, I'm happy with that. So for lip gloss and lip balms, I put these all into one category. I don't know why I did that, but I guess because I have so few lip balms, I just kind of threw it in there. I had 11 back in July and now I'm still at 11. So I did recall using up the Express lip balm that was in a project pan. I actually got the NARS Laguna lip balm in a birthday gift from Sephora just this month. So that kind of evened out the numbers and kept it at 11. So out of that 11, 2 of those are lip balms and 9 of them are actually lip gloss. I'm okay with this number, I guess. I'm not crazy about having all of these NYX butter glosses. I like the NYX butter glosses, but at the same time, I'm kind of getting sick of having these and just like, they're really good formula and everything. They have a lovely smell, so it's nothing to do with the actual product itself. It's just my own personal preferences. Just tired of having them. One of them is in a project, so I could see that leaving my collection soon. I don't know if I'm going to get around to finishing any of the rest of them though this year. We'll see. There's a lot of product in those. So I'm not sure if I'm going to declutter any of them. We'll just see how the year pans out. Last year in December, I actually had 18 lip glosses. So it did come down a lot since then. But since July, it's still the same. I don't really prefer to have like 9 actual lip glosses in my collection. I want it to be lower than that, but I'm also not like actively decluttering them at this moment. I still kind of can use these, so why not use them? And lip balms, I'm happy with that category. I have 2, and I think that's a good number for lip balm. Don't want to get any more though. So this is fine right where it's at. We'll see what happens in 2022, but right now it's fine, and I'm glad that it didn't like go up at all at least. So there's that. For highlighters, in July, I had 10 highlighters, and now I'm down to 9. Yeah, I ended up decluttering Too Faced Snow Bunny bronzer, which I use as a highlighter, so that's why that number came down. I'm quite content with the highlighters that I have right now. I am not somebody who seeks out different highlighters or wants to try a bunch of different ones. I like the ones I have, and they take a long time to use up as is. So I would ideally only have like maybe 3 highlighters, to be perfectly honest with you, but I do like all of these and I'm in no rush to like kick any of them out right now. But I do like to rotate them and, get whatever use out of them that I can. I'm trying to work on one right now in my MAC project pan collab. So there's that. But other than that, this is probably going to stay pretty much the same. I can't see this changing much at all this year unless I declutter some or for whatever reason end up getting a new one, but I don't see myself buying any new ones. So eye primers, I had 3 in July and I still have 3. So this category has pretty much stayed the same since last year. Nothing has changed. I need to start working on the e.l.f. eye primer. That one's really old. I've had that forever and it's a really, really good eye primer. I just need to finish it. So it's just been hanging out for a while. And I use the MAC one every single day. The glitter glue, which I consider kind of like a primer. I want to get more use out of that this year just in general because that's also kind of getting up there in age. I've had it for a couple years now and I kind of want to see more movement on that, but I'm in no rush to really declutter any of these. MAC one's still going strong. I've had that one for a long time and like still going. So we're going to keep using that until it like is no longer functioning. So happy with that. All right, next we have face primers, and in July I had 2 face primers and now I only have 1 face primer. So I'm left now with the CoverGirl one. That one is just okay. That one for me is more of like a moisturizing primer. It's not like a pore filling one. I don't think it fills in pores that much, but I mean it's okay. It has some, I guess, skincare benefits to it as well. So that's cool. So I'm going to use that up. I do want to get the e.l.f. mint one, but I don't know when I'm going to get that. It's not like super high up on the priority list, but if I ever happen to make a purchase from either e.l.f. or Walmart, I don't really shop at Walmart too often because I don't really have one near me. But if I happen to shop online and want to grab it, maybe I'll pick it up that way. But it's definitely in the back of my head that I want to try that one out. I heard it's supposed to be good. For now, I'm going to try to finish up the CoverGirl one, and we'll see what happens with the e.l.f. primer if I end up getting that this year. For concealers, I had 2 in July, and I still have 2 concealers. You know what? I might actually have 1 concealer now. Yeah, I only have 1 now, actually. 1 to 2 of this category is good for me. I don't like running out of concealer. I always like to have one on hand. Same with foundations. Like, I don't like running low on those things. But I find that 1 concealer can last me a couple of months. So we're pretty good there. I wouldn't mind buying another concealer. And, you know, if I have up to 2, I'm okay with that. I don't want to go too much higher than 2, though. And I like to try different ones. 2 is the max I ever want to have. For setting powders, in July I had 6, and I still have 6. So I don't know how this category is going to change this year. I find that setting powders have a lot of product in it. They are products that I use every single day to set my makeup or, you know, finish it off, whatever. Still have a ton left in all of these. So, I don't know. The one I can see myself maybe decluttering is the Too Faced Peach one. I think it's called Peach Perfect, yeah. I'm kind of sick of that one. I don't like the smell anymore. I'm so over the peach smell, and I don't think it does a whole lot. It might be a little bit too mattifying for me, or just not, doesn't have the kind of finish that I want in a setting powder. I don't know. I might be kind of over that, and there's still like half of the product left, so we'll see where we are with that. But yeah, we're still at 6, and I don't want to incorporate any newer powders unless I run out of one. Right now we're up to 6, and it stayed the same. For blush, I had 24 in July, and now I'm down to 23. So I ended up getting rid of a palette. It had eyeshadows in it and blush, and that's where the number came down. So we're down by 1. This category, I do want to see numbers go down here this year. I don't think I'm going to finish any blush this year. Just historically, I do not finish blushes. I maybe hit pan if I'm lucky, but even with that, that takes forever. So I'm really going to be very aware of my blushes this year. I don't really want to have 23 of them, and I'm already starting to feel a little weary of a couple of them, and they are in a chopping block this year. If you didn't catch my declutter, put that up in the cards so you can see what I have on the chopping block. But yeah, so I'm hoping that this number goes down more than even 1 this year, just because I don't want to keep these old blushes around. And I do enjoy using blush. I use it every single day. It finishes off my look, and I like having a variety of them. But at the end of the day, I don't think I really want to have this many. So hopefully this number goes down. Eyeshadow singles. Okay, so I had 81 singles back in July. If you go back further, I had 100. And then it became 81 in July. And then now we're down to 67 eyeshadow singles. For me, that is significant. That would be even like 64-ish, but what happened was I depotted one of my palettes and decided to save, or 2 of them actually I depotted. I saved like 3 or 4 from the palettes, so it's a little bit higher than it even would have been, but 67. It came down by 14, so that's quite a lot. I may or may not have salvaged one of the eyeshadows from my declutter, so I might be off by a number there. Just kind of saying, but that does happen once in a while. Bottom line is that my numbers did come down, so I'm really happy that I'm at 67 singles now. I am forever trying to use those eyeshadows and figure that out, and as more time goes on, I become more and more confident about what I like, what I don't like, so this number could definitely, I see it coming down again, definitely by July. In what way, I don't know, but I don't see it going up because I don't typically buy eyeshadow singles anymore. I haven't bought eyeshadow period this whole year, so yeah, I'm happy with that. I just want to see things come down, not to like two eyeshadow singles or anything. I'm not that minimal, but I have a lot of old stuff, so I welcome the change. For eyeshadow palettes, so I had 11 in July, and that was kind of consistent even, last year at this time. Now I'm down to 8. I decluttered my Dior palette or the Dior Quint rather, and one of the limited edition Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, and also the Wet n Wild one, which I was kind of going back and forth about the Wet n Wild one because I don't have any greens like the one that was in that palette, the Comfort Zone palette. But the thing is, that has a weird smell to it, and that's super old. So I'm like, you know what? Just the smell alone, it's starting to get that weird, like, old eyeshadow smell. No. So I got rid of it. I finally decided to just chuck it. I'm very happy about that it came down. So this category, I actually wouldn't be upset at trying new palettes this year. I'm open to it. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but I'm open to trying new brands. Like Natasha Denona for me would be new, because I always have been curious about that brand, and her shadows always seem to get a good reputation, and I just need to update my collection. So I wouldn't be mad at trying some new things. Again, don't know if that's really going to happen this year because it's not like a super high priority, but it's there. So we'll see what happens this year with that. I am open to, trying newer things now that I'm getting rid of more stuff. Not that I condone, like, decluttering just to buy, but, my collection's, like, old. Face palettes, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to make this category, but I had two back in July. I had this palette right here, and which is the Makeup Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour palette, and the other one was the Too Faced Best Wishes and Sweet Kisses limited edition face palette, which I got a couple years ago, like maybe 2015 I got that, and I ended up decluttering that one, and I salvaged the bronzer from that collection. So this number has come down to just one now, which I'm more than okay with that. Don't really care for face palettes like this too much. I kind of like to have things separated out. I will say these are kind of convenient though. Everything's here, so you don't have to like keep grabbing things here and there. So I don't think I'm going to buy face palettes in the future, but like I will enjoy this for what it is and keep plugging away at this guy. So we're down to 1. Mascara. In July, I had 4 mascaras, kind of more like 3 if you count the 2 minis as 1. So I had 4, technically 3 if you want to be even more technical, I guess. But now I'm down to 2 mascaras, and yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't really want to see this number go up a whole lot. I'm really happy with 2. And yeah, I don't love buying mascara, but it's one of those like basic essentials. I have 2 now, and I'm happy with that number. And if it goes up, it goes up. I'm okay with that. But I don't want it to go any higher than like a few minis more, or like 1 other tube up, and I want things to kind of be cycling out regularly with that, so that's fine. So for bronzers, I had 10 in July, and this actually went up by 1, so now I have 11. Yeah, I did mention earlier that I got the NARS Laguna birthday gift from Sephora, which has like that little mini bronzer and the mini balm, and that's why it went up by 1. I did not get rid of any this year. I'm still working on that contour stick in my project pan, so maybe that'll be gone and this number will go back down to 10. And yeah, so we'll see how this works out this year. I don't see myself buying any bronzers because I am quite content with the bronzers that I have and the contours. I kind of use them interchangeably depending on the shade, but yeah, I am happy here. And in fact, I would be happy with even less, but I do like all of these, and I just want to continue to use them this year and get use out of them and rotate them. We're going to keep the bronzers hopefully right where they are, and maybe even finish one off. So we'll see in July. For setting sprays, I had 3 back in July, and I still have 3. I ended up using the NYX setting spray, and I have replaced it with the Urban Decay setting spray, the all-nighter one, and I really like that. So I'm really happy with this. My plan is to eventually finish up the MAC one and refill that bottle with the Milani primer. Those two are kind of similar. They're more of, I don't know if they're really setting sprays. I mean, for me, they kind of melt your makeup together so it doesn't look super powdery, whereas the Urban Decay is like the actual like bulletproofing of your makeup setting spray. So yeah, I do want to finish up the MAC one and refill that bottle with the Milani one, because the Milani one, the bottles, the sprayer just doesn't really work anymore. Kind of sprays it out in like a squirt, and we don't like that. Really hope that the MAC one gets finished this year, because that has been sitting around for a while, and I'll just like refill that bottle with the rest of the Milani one. So we're happy with this category. I have no intentions of buying any more setting sprays. I'm really happy with this number. For foundation, I had 3 foundations back in July, and now I'm up to 4. So one of them is a powder. You'll notice I have 2 L'Oreal foundations there. The one was a little darker than not like really off. Like I can probably mix that with another product and be fine. Or even just use it on its own, like come spring, summer, and be fine. But yeah, that explains why there's 2 L'Oreal ones there, and I just got the Pixie one recently. So that's not really a foundation. That's more of like a tinted moisturizer, which I really like that one too. So the foundation category for me, that's kind of how I like to keep it, pretty low. I don't like running out of them. I do get anxiety if I run out of foundation, but this is good. I'm running really low on the Shiseido one. That's a really good one. I got that one for free. I can see myself replacing that with another powder foundation. I don't know if it's going to be that same exact one. It's a little bit expensive. Might go for a drugstore one this time, but that one is a good one. So right now we're up to 4, and I'm very happy with that, and I don't see myself buying any unless one runs out, or even 2 of them run out. Then I might buy one, but I'm happy with this number, and I'm fine. I can even go up one if I felt like it, but I don't see myself buying any right now. So 4 is where it's going to be, hopefully for a little while. For brow products, I have 4 brow products. I have 3 brow filling products, and then I have a clear brow gel. So that makes 4 total altogether. And that number did not change since July. And this category, I could see going different ways. Like I could see myself finishing up probably the eye pencil, maybe decluttering the brow powder, but I kind of just haven't really thought about it too much. I'm kind of just using everything, and if I happen to get rid of one, I get rid of one. The clear brow gel, I removed the stopper because product wasn't coming out, and wow, there's a lot left in there. So I see that Anastasia clear brow gel, I see that lasting a little while longer in my collection, which I'm totally okay with that, because I do not want to buy a clear brow gel right now. That one's a pretty good one. It is getting a little messy because I took the stopper out, but at least I know there's a lot of product in there. I'll continue to use it throughout the year and maybe finish it even. We'll see. Eyeliner changed a bit. I had 21 back in December, and now I'm down to 14. Came down by 7, and I did salvage the Urban Decay one that I was thinking of decluttering. That eyeliner, which isn't in the picture, is on the chopping block. So technically I kind of have 15 in my possession right now, but it did come down overall by 6 or 7. So I'm happy with that. Eyeliner to me is nice to have, but I have been pretty happy using eyeshadow if I need to in a pinch, or really anything. So I don't really see myself picking up any eyeliners this year. I might try to pan 1 or 2 of them this year. We'll see how it works out. I don't know how this category is going to change this year. I don't think it's going to go up because I don't see myself buying any. It might go down because I do have that purple Almay liquid liner in my collection still that I'm trying to pan. So hopefully it'll be down by 1 or 2 this year. That's the goal, but it might go down even more. It could go up. Hopefully not up though. We'll see. But I do see this changing a little bit this year. I think the last category is going to be nail polish for me. I had 78 nail polishes in July, and now I'm down to 73. So I did get rid of a couple not too long ago, maybe in like November, and then I got rid of another one just this month. So yeah, it did come down by 5 total, which I'm very excited about that. I do like doing my nails a lot. I like to give my nails more of a break between manicures. Sometimes I do find that this past year I would take like a week or 2 off from doing my nails, just to give them a breathing space, time thing as well. Like some weeks were just so busy and it just was more convenient to not do my nails. So it just kind of goes with the flow of where life is. Again, I still love doing my nails, but if I do want to take more breaks and not feel like pressure to use my whole collection or whatever, I don't think I'm going to need 73 bottles. You know what I mean? And there's definitely close enough dupes. There's polishes that are a lot older now. Um, and they're only just going to keep getting older, and there's only so many times I'm willing to revive a really, really old nail polish. It depends on how it smells, how much I love the color. We're down by 5, and we'll see where we're at in July with that. This has come down so much over the years. Like, if you can believe it, I had way more than this. And so for me, this is actually not a lot, even though people might think that's crazy. It actually is not a lot for me, or as much as it used to be. But hopefully that number comes down. Whew, I think I got through all the categories, guys. Enjoyed doing this inventory and seeing my numbers come down. I know everybody's different goals with their collection, different numbers in their collection, and how they like to wear their makeup. For me, my goal is to continue to curate my collection, and that could mean getting rid of things. It might mean bringing new things in, but I personally just don't like having so much makeup that it takes forever to get to, and I just want to be able to enjoy my collection as much as possible. I hope you tune in for the next inventory, which will be all of my non-makeup items, skincare, hair care, all that stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a really great day, and I will see you in my next video. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you so much. Bye.